Oop. Take it slow, find a way, embrace the moment, live for today. Give it time, it'll all unwind. Keep the patience, 'cause it's by design. There is beauty in every climb, and the ocean so divine. The waves come in and wash away the painful sorrows of yesterday with a heavenly song, grounded strong in the endless ocean. Float along, take it slow, find a way, embrace the moment, live for today. Give it time, it'll all unwind. Keep the patience, 'cause it's by design. Take one. Don't stop the journey, keep the course you guided on. Give thanks for this life and this land that you adopted on. Go and let it flow, to the voice inside you'll always know. Love we have chosen will never leave us up. Take it slow, find a way, embrace the moment, live for today. Give it time, it'll all unwind. Keep the patience, it's by design. Keep the patience, it's by design.
Nice.
Mahalo.
Beautiful song. Nice song, man.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Mahalo. Such an honor to be here.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you.
Anthony Pfluke.
Just walking in,
It's a lot of-
smelling all the guitars and ooks, like, oh man, this is home. Yes,
Welcome to Uke-topia.
thank you.
You come to Oahu a lot?
I actually haven't been here in 2 years. 2020, when I finished my album, was the last time I was here. So
Oh,
it's great to
wow.
be back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Do you have gigs in Maui? How is it over there?
Yeah, it's good. I play weekly at Nalu South Shore Grill on Fridays and Sundays, and Uncle Ron Ponzo has been a big help in just my growth, because I've been playing there for the past 7.5 years. I started when I was 14, so all along here. real high voice, real not so good, but he's let me stay there and grow for a while, and just been having a lot of fun since then, and happy to be back off the island now, because it gets old, Maui gets small, but great to be here now. Yeah.
Such a young talent. You're only 21 years old.
Yep.
My gosh. And so you put out your first album, what, a couple years ago? Like you said?
My first album I put out when I was 14, an EP.
Wow.
I'll Never Letting Go. And then I put out a Hawaiian music album from Maui, a lot of classics, and then some originals too, when I was 16, called Singing to the World, Maui Mele Pana. And then this last one, it's called We Will Rise. But if I could go back, I'd like to make that my first album, just because it's the most best quality. With Uncle Dave Tucherone produced it, so once I got introduced to him, it was like, oh, that's what it's supposed to be. So
That guy's a crazy engineer.
Yeah, he's
amazing.
Yeah,
Like his ear
learned
is
so
like
much.
bionic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was playing, I think it was on the 12 string, and it sounded in tune to me, and he said, check your Gs, I think it's a little bit off, and I busted out the guitar toolkit. He said, this is the only tuner I use. So I busted out the guitar toolkit. It says 2 cents off. So
Whoa.
and it's just incredible.
Sometimes with 12s, it really matters too when they're right
Yeah.
next to each other.
Yeah. He said, I don't record out of tune instruments.
Yeah.
I found that out very quickly. But yeah, much respect for Uncle Dave.
What's your plans? I guess like you're working towards your next album at this point, or?
Yes. I plan to release an EP pretty soon. First a single, and I'm hoping to finish the EP this year. Definitely the single's gonna be done this year, but working on it.
Very cool. And you were telling me you're gonna be going to Hilo to take Hawaiian language more?
Yes, yeah. I started playing with Hawaiian music. Joined a group called aNuenue Uk Jams when I was 10 years old. Kind of stumbled into it, and just really that's where I find the most joy and passion in music is through Hawaiian music. So I want to continue learning Olelo Hawaii so I can continue writing. So I'm enrolled for Haku Mele, Tape Kumulale Kimura, and Hawaiian language 4th year, and hopefully get some more Olelo Hawaii songs out in the coming years. But that's the
What
goal.
drew you towards that? Not many, like, even Hawaiian musicians know the language that deep. Talk more about what drew you towards that and where you're going with it.
It's just it's like one of those. I feel like there's so much in the world that tries to come out, and like social media and things that try to reach out and grab you, but and it's easy to kind of get into Twitter away on the phone and everything, but I feel like Hawaiian music and Hawaiian language is something that doesn't necessarily like tempt you to do it, but the more I do it, the more I immerse myself in it, the deeper I get into this world that really changes my life and changes my mana'o and my perspective on things. And so now I've just finished 3rd year Olelo Hawaii, and already it's just like the songs that I've been singing all along are getting deeper and more solidified in my na'au. And so I just want to kind of continue and see how far that can go, and that really let that be the pico of my music, of my life, really. And I still love playing reggae and whatever else that I love all kinds of music, but that's the pico, that's the roots for me.
That's beautiful.
Mahalo.
You're one of a handful of young people, I think, that are gonna keep that Hawaiian music alive and strong.
Oh, thank you. And I'm just so inspired by so many in my generation, and then people like Kumulale and my first Kumu Ki Ope Raymond, people that really saved it when it was almost dying, and I've kind of jumped into the resurgence that I feel like has been happening for already 25, 30 years, and I just kind of want to add on throw a few rocks on the pile, you know,
Yeah.
but just so inspired by what's already happened and want to continue on that journey. But
Beautiful.
yeah.
Let's hear you guys make some more music.
All right, cool.
Can I borrow that tutor?
Maybe, can we go Hawaiian Cowboy in F, G to A?
Can.
All right, this is one that I actually played. I first met Mr. Kalei Gamiao at Duke's. I think I was 13 or something. I won a ukulele contest at Hula Grill in Maui, and they said,
Yep.
"Oh, we're gonna fly you out and meet Kalei Gamiao and play at Duke's." I was so stoked. It's over the moon. But this is one of the songs I played, and it's kind of, you can't stop playing it. And fitting because we're over here. It's about starting out in Hawaii. Talks about the lehua blossom, Maui, the rosalani, Oahu, Mekapua I Lima, of course, all the way to San Francisco. But then Uncle Saul Bright came home because the flowers back home smell the best. So there's a song called Hawaiian Cowboy. Inspired also by Uncle Willie K as well. E wahi liu le ua ko I noa la kila kila wale ui o Hawaii la E like ko holo ana me ko o I o laki kolo E kuli kole I Hawaii Au hea wale oe te wahi na holo ni o kuana ni a ui Hawaii la Aloha I ka Hawaiian Cowboy E kukulei Lele hua Lele hua Oh lele hua Lele hua Hey lele hua Kukulei E wahi liu e sarani ko I noa la kila kila wale oi o Maui la E like ko hola ana me ko o I o laki kolo E kuli kole I ho'oi O hea wale oi te mahi na holo ni o puana ni a ue o Maui la Aloha I ka Hawaiian Cowboy E kukulei Le Roselani Roselani Oh Roselani Roselani Le Roselani Kukulei Ha'alele mai au I honolulu la Ho'e mai au ni ka ana mani hini Hei kongola aku I ka liu kore kone hoa Whawha mai la o le hua Mahi leo kare ko ka aina mani hini la E tama disco mara kore ke Aloha I ka Hawaiian Cowboy Olele, 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 olele. Olele, 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 olele. Olele, olele, lima. I'm heading for the last strong up. Oh, hea wale oi te mahi na holo ni o like ko hola ana me ko o I o laki kolo E kuli kole I ho'oi O hea wale oi te mahi na holo ni o kuana ni a o Hawaii Aloha I ka Hawaiian Cowboy Pa'ali ko Haina mai kapuana Kukulei o lele hua Roselani Hele ilipu Ame kamo ki hana Nani
Nice.
fun.
Holy crap.
Wow. That was so cool.
Dang, I almost missed the bus.
That is some Willie energy, huh? He would jump around like that. That's so dope. Man.
aNuenue.
So cool, so cool. So 14's your first album. Like, what's your... Talk about your first getting into music and first realizing you want to totally do this thing.
Yeah, and that was really gradual too because it was for the first 5 years just kind of just exploring getting my feet wet in what music was to me then. And, so I think it was around 15 or 16 that I decided I really want to do this. I think I actually released that album when I was 15. Because it was something I was recording for a while when I was 14, and then I met Uncle George Kahumoku Jr. at the Hula Grill contest that I entered for a few years that he would judge. And he said after 1 year, he said, "Oh, come up to my farm and I'll teach you sake." So I was like, "Oh, shoot," so honored. And so I started that process, and I told him, he's saying, "So what do you want to do with your music?" And I said, "I have this album I'm working on, but, I was like, it's hard to get the studio time and, the time to do it, all this, and, trying to do it all, but, the right way, and, how I want to do it now and everything with layering and, how most people record. But I just wasn't really ready for that level of recording, it being young and everything. And he said, "You know what, just come up next week. I have my guy Uncle Dave Berry come up and record you." And so one time we just lay down, and he actually accompanied me on it, which was huge, and I really appreciate that to this day, because he kind of kickstarted. He said, "Hey, just do it already," kind of.
George did?
Yeah. And so we went up the living room and we recorded that song. We recorded 6 more, and it was in a good afternoon's work. It was done. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't close, but it was done, and I was proud of it at the time. It's hard to listen to now, but it's definitely giving thanks for giving thanks for where I've been, so I can keep going forward. But yeah, so really credit Uncle George Kahumoku Jr. for getting the ball rolling. And then once that was complete, and I got to hear the finished product of an EP that was, I was like, oh, I think I need to keep doing this. And then,
to be that young and to like have that kind of like vote of confidence from somebody that's, one of the main one of the main Hawaiian music guys, to take you under his wing like that, that's kind of enough to like tell you, oh, this is, I can do this thing, right? Yeah,
it really, really inspired me. And then, the way that he kind of positively pushed me in the right direction, really, kind of continued to show me that this is my passion. This is what I want to do, and it's still just never get old. Music never gets old, so it's definitely.
Let's talk about gear. What did you start with? When did you get this Kanile'a?
Oh, right, yeah, around a similar time. I started with a mele ukulele that I entered a contest that my first teacher was putting on, this essay contest, and I think the question was, who are you and how will your new ukulele change the world? And I wrote an essay and ended up winning the contest and got a mele. I just remember when the box opened and I smelled the ook, after playing Costco ooks, for a couple of years. Man, it was, it was like, whoa, that was one of the moments, like, okay, I'm gonna continue this, And then I think a couple years later, when I was 14, I kind of got old with that and picked up this ukulele, actually. So this has been good 8 years now that my dad bought this one for me. After I think it was like one of my first resort gigs down at used to be Maui Prince. Had a 4-hour Sunday brunch thing that was really educational too. Now they tore that whole hotel down, but anyway, after one of those gigs, he took me out and bought me this ukulele, and he's just still my pride and joy. So yeah, so since then, just messing around with different pedals and stuff. But oh, was that me? Sorry.
No, my leg turned off one of the preamps.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sorry about that.
No.
Yeah, I was down there today. I picked up 14 gorgeous Kanile'as. They're just so nice. But I was telling Kaimana I was going to record you, and he was like, yeah, he's not technically an artist yet, but I think he...
Yet.
Yeah, it's like...
Not yet.
No, just because...
But will be.
Yeah, I think you should be, definitely.
Mahalo.
And great company to be, a part of, I think.
Yeah, definitely my favorite,
Very cool.
tone and everything, but yeah.
string choice, I don't know. Have you experimented much with it? I noticed they're not a keyless, so you must have at least found something different.
Yeah. I'm still kind of searching around, but I mean, I'm really stoked with these are the Jason Arimoto PhD strings. I love the tone, real punchy highs and whatnot. And I got some advice from Uncle Barry Flanagan, another big influence of mine, and he said to use a nylon D, so I do a nylon D. Right now I'm kind of contemplating whether I want to use normal tension or high tension. This is normal right now, but yeah, I don't really know. What do you guys recommend for that?
Man, there's so many different ways to get a good tone. It's like, but that's like a Diodario normal tension.
Yeah, I think it's Diodario. I'm not too sure. Yeah.
That's good. I mean, like when it's fresh, it could probably be a little bit squeaky. No?
Oh, yeah.
So, that doesn't really sound like it now. So, but
it was a little more when I changed it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So, that's the only thing that sometimes people go with more ground wound or flat wound. There's a number of different options.
Smooth wound,
smooth.
Wound.
But
cool. I didn't even know about all that.
I think you get a more punchy sound. Probably that's the most punchy sound as far as the low G's go, by just taking like a regular wound.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If you went hard tension, probably even more so. But yeah. Anyways, that's cool.
Yeah.
PhDs. I haven't tried those in a few years, but when I tried them, I was like, yeah, these are good fluorocarbons. So you brought your 12-string Takamine too.
Yes.
Should I try a song with
jump
that?
on that? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here.
How old is that guitar? It sounds.
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's from the 80s or so.
It sounds like it's from the 80s.
This was given to me by Uncle George Kahumoku as well.
Wow.
It was after a while. He would be teaching me, and he said, "You have a guitar?" I said, "No, I'll get one soon," And he said, "Oh, just borrow mine." And then I had him for, I would go up every week to help him on the farm and, receive all that mentorship and everything. And every week I'd offer to give it back, and he said, "Oh, just keep him a couple more weeks." And then after a few months, he said, "That's your guitar now." I said, "Oh shoot, for real." But yeah, so blessed to never take it for granted.
What an
Legendary
amazing
guitar.
gift.
Yeah, gift of a lifetime, and wrote most of my songs on it. It's just, big part of them.
Not a lot of 12 strings sound like that.
No,
That is
that's a fat
one
sounding.
of the best sounding guitars. Not just for 12, but damn.
Talk about your pedal setup.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this was just redone by Hi'i. Should have seen it before. It was all kapakahi, but so big thanks to Hi'i and Dan's Guitars for all that. This is a RC 500 loop station that everything goes through, of course. Hall of Fame 2 is a fun pedal that I've been messing around with for the last couple of years. Favorite is the Shimmer. Oh, we're not. Are we? Oh, I didn't plug in. That'd be why, huh? But yeah, got a Hall of Fame 2. I also have Subbing Up.
What is the Hall of Fame?
Oh, it's a TC Helicon.
TC Electronic.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, the shim is you can. Isn't that good now? Are we on through the?
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I had that channel down.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there it is.
Accidentally.
Oh, that didn't sound so good. Anyway, I don't even know what it does. I think it adds like a fifth or something. But that's I use that and Subbing Up for the ukulele mainly, because this is tuned to Taro Patch F drop B flat. kind of enough bass already. But for the uk, I use a 7-up and loop that through the Boss loop station. And I just picked up this El Capistan. I didn't even turn it on yet because I really know how to use it. Just picked it up at Dan's, but
That's a
what I'm working with
killer
now.
delay.
Oh yeah.
That's what they're all saying.
Love
So
it.
can't wait to
I have that
know how to
too,
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cables.
Yeah, he put on. I think he makes them. I think that's what he said. I think I think he makes them. That's what I heard. He said you can go with these, or you can go with the more expensive ones. So I said,
Is your
look it
main
up.
chord there Analysis Plus? Is that what?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was just picked up as well. Stoked to get it all
High
cleaned up
baller over here.
It's been too long. I've just
Well,
been all
yeah, it's one of those things
messy.
where, like, you don't want anything in your signal to, like, make it more crappy. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Keep that purity as much as possible when you're going through a bunch of stuff. That stuff is really important, like cables.
'Cause too many times, before that, something would be buzzing, and it's like I tear the whole board apart to find it. But may as well just get it pot with some good stuff to begin with. So. Is it possible to still come back to the uk for one song after?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be like,
Oh, no worries. Should I jam one? This one is called Eala Maluna, an original song that took me most of, 2020 to write. And it was one of those that just finished right before I started recording. Big thanks to Kumu Kiope Raymond for proofreading the lyrics and correcting some things and making it pa'a. It was inspired by Mauna Kea, of course, the amazing movement in 2019 that inspired so much throughout the world, throughout the music industry too, music world. And the chorus of the song says, "Mai kahi apo a ka muli loa." I'm the oldest to the youngest of the family of Hawaii. Ona o mai kahi apo a ka muli loa, ona hoa hanau o Hawaii nei, the descendants, the cousins. Eala Maluna, Eala Kako. We rise above, rising together. Loho Kako ia ne'i. We reside here, we're staying here, right here. That line was inspired by Nakia'i joining in hands, sitting on the road, blocking the road. E ku kako I ka pu'uoi. The contrast of that is how proudly everybody stood up. E ku kako I ka pu'uoi at the topmost peak, the summit of Mauna Kea. So, it's kind of like we're sitting on the road down at Pu'uanaulu so that we stand proud on the top above all. The bridge says, Ho'okahi mea ka ohana o Hawaii. The family of Hawaii is one. Hui pu naku puna na makua amina kiki. Join together our parents, elders, and children, and rise as three beautiful, glorious mountains. A'ala me e kolu mauna hemolele nani e ola e. With life, we rise. Eala Maluna means to rise above. Kahi apo a ka muli loa na hoa hanau o Hawaii nei. Ala Maluna e ala kako. Noho ka po I ane E ku ka po I ka pu Ilani ka ko aloha Ilani ka ko I ka manao Hawaii E ola he E hele wawuka E pika kiu Maka aina kua iri Maka aina poli a hule E ola he Nai kahi a po a ka mulilo Ana hana o Hawaii e Ala malu nai ala kako No kako I a me E ku ka pui ka pui Kaulana I ka vekiu Nā moku kaulana momo na nui E ola E hele wauka E pi ka vekiu Maka aina kua iwi Maka aina pole a hue E ola Nai kahi a po ka mulilo Ana hana o Hawaii ne Ala malu nai ala kako No kako I a me E ku ka po I ka pu O a kahi mea ka hana o Hawaii Ui puna kupuna na makua me na kiki A ala me kolu manga e molele na kui E ola he Nai kahi a po a ka mulilo ana Wahana o Hawaii ne Ala malu nai ala kako No kako I ane E ku ka po I ka pu
Nice.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Man.
It's such a powerful
Oh yeah.
song.
Oh, thank you. That was the
Very
goal.
powerful.
You can
Phil.
feel the message
Yeah,
behind
yes.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mauna.
Mahalo.
So that was for Mauna Kea,
Yes, that was
And-
from Mauna Kea.
the efforts there to
Yeah,
preserve the space that
yeah. And to hopefully continue that mana to preserve everything else from the mountain to the sea, of course, and here and everywhere, with the constant and dire need to protect natural resources, for our oceans, seas, and everything in between. Or I said the same thing. I meant our mountains and our seas, but yeah,
absolutely
for sure.
100% on that. And it was really nice to see people kind of get together for that.
Yeah.
Just, like young people along with like the elders and just seemed like there was a lot of like learning that was happening at the camps up there, and I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And I finished writing this after I came back from going to Mauna Kea. I went to Mauna Kea with Nalu's Ohana. Goran Ponzo is the owner there. Another amazing thing that he's started is Leo Aloha for World Peace, and it's been an organization that's woven like mile-long tea leaf lays for different, occasions, joys, tragedies, and things where we feel that a ho'okupu is needed. And most recently, we took one to Uvalde, mile-and-a-half lay, from Maui and a half mile from Oahu. joined that lei together and took it to the victims there. But anyway, was talking about
You went to Texas?
yeah, we just went there. Yeah,
Wow.
2 weeks ago. Last week, 10 days ago or so.
That must
Yeah.
have been really heavy.
It was really heavy. It was so heavy, but it was beautiful just meeting people and being reminded that we're all people and we're all, despite beliefs and, I was thinking, have a certain stereotype of Texans, but
Oh, not at all.
going, and it's just
We
everybody's
have a lot
everybody.
of great
and
customers in
Yeah.
Texas. I mean, it's
it was,
my mom had to get cancer treatment there. When they came back, my dad was like, it's so awesome over there, and they're just raving about it. So.
Yeah, and the community of Uvalde is really tight-knit, and, reminds me of our communities here, but,
Well, you were experiencing it after one of the most,
Right.
horrific things nobody could ever even dream of in that community. So
Right, yeah.
I don't know. That's, but to show up and share aloha with the people like that at that time, I mean, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Who was behind that? I mean, did you get funding for that, or?
So we always just kind of, do what we can, put up GoFundMe. We, we'll do benefit shows at Nalu's. But, Uncle Ron Ponzo always just kind of fronts the bill at first, and then we always get behind him and figure out how we can get the money back, because it's always in the nick of time. Like, something will happen, and we can't do it for everything, because of course there's been 30 shootings in the past 5 days, right? But he'll text us, hey, we're gonna do a lei, come to Nalu's tomorrow, and so there's a few of us that usually kind of go and represent the lei with songs, with chant, with Hawaiian protocol to properly give it. But the lei that we made before Uvalde was for Mauna Kea, which was my experience being there, and getting back to what you were saying about that, about so much learning and people joining together. I wasn't sure how I would be received personally, being kind of haole, but it was incredible what was there, and what it was the most. I mean, I couldn't believe how much. And we had everybody had everything they needed. There was a shop where there was enough, no money anywhere. It was just, you need this, here you go. And it was clothes, medical supplies. It was, so many different, it was a whole village that was created. And it's just the inspiration, I guess, of that one common goal of protecting the Mauna that brought everybody together. And people, all races, all ages. That's kind of what it really brought the song together in my head, and, the life together. But ho'okahimea kauhano Hawaii, we are one, and that's the motto of the lei of aloha that Uncle Ron coined. We are one. We must hammer that home. But it really was unity on the Mauna, and it was just incredible to feel that, and flying away and seeing the Mauna after feeling the Mauna and everybody's presence in that kikahi of caring for it, and it caring for us. And you just see so much underneath, I mean, of course you see the Mauna and it looks the same, but after that experience it looked different. It looked like you could see all that builds it up, all that, every rock that builds it up, and all that energy, all that Mauna that kind of was so prevalent then, and feeding those who were feeding it. And it's
a spiritual place.
Chicken skin just thinking about, about it. Yeah.
There's something so musical about the Hawaiian language too.
Yeah.
It translates really well into that.
Yeah, to the point where you don't really, even have to understand what's being said, but it's still, But then if you do, then it's even, that's an even deeper layer of it, and that's what I'm seeking out, But yeah, it
seems like there's a wisdom to the olelo.
Yeah, to me it's like changing the channel in my mind of, this is English thinking, this is Hawaiian thinking, and when I'm studying for a test or something, it'll be tempting. It'll be like, like I said, social media is just such a enemy of mine, and it'll be, and everything, would, you know, all that the English thinking would really distract, and still does, you know, distract from, you know, if I'm trying to study for a paper or something, it's like changing the channel. But once you start watching that show, it's like, whoa, you know, you get captivated kind of.
Oh, yeah, you get sucked in.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Are how fluent are you with it by now? Like you can converse.
I can, yeah, I can converse.
Wow.
Hiki wala'au, you know, can. But yeah, mainly just words. Words is tough, man. It's just, you know, I'll be listening to songs on the radio, and so I'll start picking out the idea, and then there's like 3 words that I don't know, you know, and I'll be driving, and I'm like, oh, I can't bust out the vehe right now, you know. But luckily, you know, thanks to all the amazing efforts of so many haumana, there's vehe wiki wiki, which is a really awesome Hawaiian dictionary online. So fun fact, just Google that, and you can search up pretty much any word, Hawaiian or English. There's just so many resources. Ulukau is an awesome site of so many podcast, like old school kind recordings that Kubalale did, and many others, you know, took part in, of like in the they were recorded in the 70s of kupuna then, who were maybe 70s or 80s. So these are people that are born fluent, you know, first languages, Olelo Hawaii, and just listening to all that is just, you know, chicken skin, letting that wash over, and sometimes just throw one of those on before, you know, go sleep, and just kind of let that world sink in. But there's just, yeah, so much resources, and that, you know, it's like it's an infinite sea of beautiful energy.
Yeah, that's awesome for anybody looking to learn. Is there online courses?
There is. I mean, now since COVID-19, to the best of my knowledge, I know UH Hilo, and I think UH Maui still is having 2 portions of every class of 101, of first year, second year, third year, fourth year. So you could enter into 101 via HiFlex, and you can, you know, do that from anywhere. You can either, you know, choose in person or HiFlex, and I mean, that's, you know, there's a lot of different resources, but that's like every day. I was taking a weekly class from my first kumu Liko Rogers. He was awesome kumu, teaching from Princess Nahi Ena, one of the Kulakaya Puni on Maui, on the west side. And that was great, but that was once a week, you know, so it'd be hard to motivate myself to do all the homework. But if anyone's trying to get into it, I really recommend just enrolling in a daily class, because it kind of forces you to think that way and be immersed in it. And, you know, that's the only thing that works for me. Everybody's different. With, you know, some people can be real disciplined and take a weekly class and study every day, but I can't do that. But, you know,
Something I'll do when I retire, I think.
yeah, I'm sure you got awesome classes at UH Manoa, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like nowadays less and less people are speaking. You know, like, because like it's over the years, since like back in the plantation days when they kind of like banned all languages from schools except for English so that everyone could communicate, and then over generations the Hawaiian language wasn't passed down fully from generation to generation. As we go down, it starts to kind of dissipate, and it's like it's part of our culture, and it's so important, and we need to preserve our language, you know, and it goes a lot with our traditions and, you know, how we feel and approach life. I'm sorry, my eyes are like burning. But I think like what you're doing is so amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And it's great, and it's needed, and so yeah, keep it up, man.
Thank you. It reminds me of I forgot it in Hawaiian. Oh, I should know, but it was a olelo no'eau, like a proverb that said, in language there's death, in language there's life, and in language there's death, you know. And this was something that really, you know, sunk in, and it made me realize, you know, when they were taking, the first thing they did to strip Hawaii, would try to strip Hawaii of its language, was to take it out of the schools. And then they would, you know, they knew that it would be a 30 or 40 year thing, but they knew that they would do it. And sure enough, those kids grew up, and then they were already, all they knew was English, and then that was what was cemented in. And this is all just what I've heard, and I'm not trying to say what happened, but just kind of reminded me of that when you said that, that how that less and less thing happened over 30, 40, 50 years, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we need to bring this back. This is this is life. This is like Kamauleola. This is the life force. That was my kind of final essay I had to write, was what is the Mauleola of your life, and how does it pertain to your life, and how does it pertain to this story Kamo'olelo o Kalapana. And it was really interesting, and it really put everything into perspective. There's the A'aulawena, which is like the side of doing things in your life, like playing guitar, raking the leaves, whatever. The Pili Uhane, which is like the spiritual side of things like what you call hits, or just kind of things that come in like, hey, maybe I should do that, or I should do this. And then Olelo, just talking, singing, that kind of thing. And Ikeku'una, which is instinctual things that can be made ma'a, like playing, like you just knowing where everything's at, like you close your eyes and everything's already there. It's like Ikeku'una already in your na'au, so it was just, so inspiring trying to put it all together, and then, I just can't wait to see where it leads. But it was said in one of the study materials, and again I'm forgetting all the names. I should be quoting all these, but it was there's a flame. It's a flame that that singing, and that olelo, that it feeds the flame, and then this, to me, social media and everything else outside dampens the flame, but then the flame's always burning until our last breath. There's that flame, so. But that's my goal, just to try to feed the flame, and let it feed me, let it feed us.
Why do you think that social media dampens that?
Personally, I just kind of lose track of time, scrolling through the gram, and then what I just feel like whatever I'm surrounded with, that's kind of who I am, and if
I feel that.
I surround myself with outside, things and people and whatever it might be that, we're being fed, through our phones or through, then it's just, I mean, not to say that I'm not going to boycott social media, but, it's definitely necessary.
It's like when I look at my Instagram, I think like ukulele is like the only thing in the universe or something. So I mean, it just depends.
Maybe I just got to change up my feed. Maybe
I mean, there's definitely probably more wild people to follow that I don't, maybe, but it's I mean, it's a time suck. That's the thing, really. But there's you can make good connections there. It's got its place too, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's a lot of Hawaii.
But to be in touch with what's in front of you and the people physically actually around you, and that's always nice too.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Like in person. Contact.
Yeah. What's that?
Like going out to eat and not looking at your phone while you're with other people.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I was just in the previous generation.
Hey, like when I was your age.
Yeah.
Back in my days.
Yeah. It's a weird thing to like live through though, before so before the smartphone and after the smartphone, it really is a different world. But for people your age, it's kind of what's been there. I mean, you're used to that, and it's interesting because, like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I would have been different. There wasn't that to do, Like, I remember I would call up my friend on the phone when I was in high school, and we'd go over our albums, our CDs. And we would like play each other. Have you heard this track? And we'd be like, I don't know.
Nice. Oh, that sounds like
you find a way to communicate either way.
We kind of do the same thing.
Just
not
texting.
Verbally,
Like
texting.
me and you are always sending each other tracks.
Check out this.
Totally.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And I feel like over in Oahu, it just not that Maui, isn't close knit like that. But it's just feels like so many talented people in one place, and they're all kind of friends. That's what I see, like when I hang with Kalei guys and they're talking about so and so and so and so, and it's like they know everybody and everybody's cool with each other. It's just really such a cool community over here, man. So that's awesome.
I can't speak to that, but I mean everybody being cool with each other. But as far as I know.
Oh, it's like
And people like Kalei
that make it like that.
It's like
they make it like that.
Right,
So it's like
like somebody like you or Kalei, these type of characters. It's kind of hard to make enemies because
how can you?
It's like
how?
super friendly. Super
it's all
talented.
just good vibes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent from Maui though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you ever play with Andrew?
Oh, Malina?
Uh-huh.
I haven't in a while, but definitely, know him well, and I don't know him well, but I've seen him, grow and jam over the years. He's awesome.
Yeah. I've seen him progress a lot in the last 5 years or so.
Yeah.
He's a beast now.
Yeah, it's incredible. And Vince Esquire as well, another awesome ukuleleist from Maui, and he just sat in over at Nalu's. We were doing one of the benefit things for the lei, and he jammed a little set, so it was so much fun. And
Nice.
yeah, it's good.
Speaking of ukulele players from Maui, I forgot to say on here, but I just did 4 new ukulele site member lessons with Mika Kane that you guys can check at the website. But yeah, Mika from Maui too. I don't know, he's been over here for a while now. So.
Yeah, I just met him at Kalei's party actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, so is that series you're doing? Is that with is it Mika and Kalei, or that's just with Mika?
I've done a couple concerts with them for the members.
Nice.
Yeah, so
that's probably what I'm thinking of. Yeah, cool.
people become a member at the site mostly for like the shipping discounts and stuff, but also we have lessons and a couple of concerts we've done. But
Awesome.
maybe these guys will do a member concert.
That would be
It's just a matter of us.
good. We gotta practice.
Yeah, right. No, you don't.
They're
Gotta
not gonna
do a lot
want.
of practicing.
They're not gonna want a 20-minute concert. I mean, it needs to be like at least an hour or an half.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Sure, we'll make it happen. I really appreciate you coming by, Anthony. I'm blown away by your talent at such a young age.
I was pretty mind blown by the tone. The
I love that you
energy.
care about
Yeah.
tone too.
Yes.
Even your pedals are really like good stuff.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
thank you for not just having like a line 6 like multi effect or one of those kind of things.
Yeah,
Seriously,
like
these kind of analog pedals
Yeah,
sound a lot better, especially.
makes a big difference in sound, right? You deliver what you're trying to.
Especially with
to
like
your-
the dub type stuff, to get authentic tones, like when you're doing those styles. But yeah, just in general. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I got caught up on what I was trying to say. So.
Thank you. That's so much. Like, just kind of gradually, started with the loopers, then a little harmonizer, and it's kind of, that's what playing at Nalu's really provided for me. Is just kind of, we'll try this, and then having a new thing at the same place really helps me try to add gradually, and it's just fun to try to find. I know I hear the sound in my head, and then I wanna get it out
Replicate that, yeah.
through the DI. That's always the goal. But, yeah.
So Nalu is the name of the club?
Yeah,
In
Nalu South
Kihei,
Shore Grill
or-
in Kihei. Yeah, they have
Nice.
music every night. Awesome music, awesome food.
And what's your night over there?
Fridays and Sundays. And, Fridays I'm with my buddy Ethan Villanueva. He backs me up on the guitar as well. And it's a good time. If anyone's going to Maui.
We gotta hit up Maui.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
It's only what is today? Monday?
You're talking like we don't have families, Corey. It's not two
Well,
tickets. It's like
Yeah,
Family's coming.
7 tickets.
I
Yeah.
got over here
That's
for
true,
$60 round trip on Southwest. So
Oh,
it's
that's
cheap.
awesome. Yeah. That's good.
Hookups, yeah. Or you can just paddle a boat over.
Yeah, it's free.
Canoe. Oh, sorry, I just punched your mic.
Don't worry, I love you.
got another
These are
tune?
very good mics.
Yeah, yeah.
No
that's
joke,
it.
he really loves the bikes because I do too.
I like to lighten things up a little bit. It's a hopaholic kind of tune, a little contemporary kind of tune, called Island Love. Oops. See her shadow in the morning sunrise. Feel your beauty in the golden sky. Hear your voice like the evening chimes. Your love surround me like the ocean and the sky. All I see is you. All I feel is us two. You're my island love. Your love still shine brighter than the sun is on the high top. But I don't see where we're going next. All through our darkest days, I know we'll meet the crest. All I see is you. All I feel is us two. You're my island love. Coastline and back again, from Mauna Kea to Kalei, where the ocean meets the sky. You're my island love. Can always hear your voice inside, and I can still feel your heart beating in mine. I can't touch your skin and make you smile. Your love will make it back in time, and I'll be here all the while. All I see is you. All I feel is us two. You're my island love.
Nice. That guitar. Oh, crap.
I know. I get so carried away on that guitar, I forget about my ook.
It's like the
Such
wall
a
of
powerful
sound.
guitar.
Yeah,
Jeez.
like a wave of tone.
So glad you guys like it. It's honored. Man, so honored to jam with you guys. Thank you so much for I didn't
Thank
even
you
know
for
you was all gonna
sharing
jam.
your
This is so much
music,
fun.
man.
Man.
Thank you for joining us.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
It's always nice to see everyone's progress over the years. To see like a lot. I've met a lot of people like at the contest, and then like 10 years later, everyone's like ridiculously good. It's like wow.
Oh, you know,
Yeah, man.
it was really good. Carly G.
Oh yeah,
From
Carly.
there, she was there too at that night there, and then I saw did she win?
She won a Nahoku.
Oahu, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I
She
voted for
won
her. Yeah, she's
R&B
awesome.
album of the year or something like that.
Yeah, solid jams. Yeah.
That's so awesome. I didn't realize she won.
Yeah, she's a Nahoku
That's so
award
cool.
winner.
Well deserved.
Her first year too. She won.
I've always been a fan. I just, you can see the talent in her from the ground up. She's
Yeah.
understanding music and she's about your age.
I believe so. I'm 21. I think
Yeah.
she's a little older than me or something. I'm not too sure.
It's like the kids are coming up.
Yeah, it's real sometimes. Sometimes I still feel like I'm like, teenager, just kind of picking away. But time flies when you're having fun on the ook.
You're like Barry Flanagan 2.0.
I get that sometimes. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, he's for most of 2019, I would be opening for Uncle Barry on Fridays, and then Uncle George on Sundays, and it was just like, getting soaked in, just learning so much. I'd always catch their set after, and
Two great influences to
yeah,
soak up. Yeah.
And I feel like the balance of them, I strive to, because man, just the pure, grit and showmanship of Barry's instrumentalism, and then the spirit and strength, and the storytelling and amazing guitar work too, and vocals that Uncle George carries is, and then, I hate to make this kind of reference, but it's kind of like sativa and indica, you need that, I like that hybrid, man.
I'm gonna make like I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, yeah,
Like, could you explain what the difference is?
What is this in reference to? What are we talking about?
Can edit that out.
So Anthony's saying that he's a hybrid.
I strive to be a hybrid of those
two great
individuals.
strains. Very cool.
It's all about balance.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna play for us on this?
Alright.
Maybe the last one.
Cool. All right. This is one called "Let Your Love Grow." I'd like to leave with this message. Actually, if I could medley this in with a song called "Waves," which was my first, the first song I ever played at Nalu's, and off my very first album, with a song off my latest album, "We Will Rise," called "Let Your Love Grow," that I love to just jam out, but I also love to really communicate the message that I strive to put out there through the music. And if we could all just get onto a rhythm and then kind of realize what's behind the rhythm, and then what's behind what we can learn from the message through that. That's kind of what I strive to do with music. Is I never want to just be playing to play. I really want to be communicating something. So hopefully over time I'll get to that point where I can communicate what's through my heart. And this is one called "Let Your Love Grow" in A minor. Positivity everywhere I go. No matter where you're wrong, you reap what you sow. Be one with the ocean, go with the flow. Feel the earth's vibration. Let your love grow. Let your love grow. Let your love grow. Whoa. So many of our children crying for reasons that they can't control, and many of our people are dying before their lives can unfold. We only got one life as far as we know, and the gun shouldn't sound the ending note. We got to be the change we are seeking. Gotta love without reason, spread love and positivity everywhere we go. No matter where you're wrong, you reap what you sow. Be one with the ocean, go with the flow. Feel the earth's vibration. Let your love grow. Let your love grow. No hate for the color of skin, or race, sex, religion. Love is not a sin. Hold on to what is true in your heart. Feel the righteousness in your soul. Spread love and positivity everywhere you go. No matter where you're wrong, you reap what you sow. Be one with the ocean, on by letting go. Stop holding on to the things of the past. Relax, let your love grow. Let your love grow. Take it away, everybody. Aloha mo yaoe, aloha kia kua, me ke aloha pune hauno. Let your love grow. aNuenue. Thank you guys so much for jamming with me, man.
Oh, thank
Huge
you.
honor. It's like gotta wake up. I'm dreaming right now.
Oh, dude, that was a lot of fun,
Dude.
man. Love
Thank
your
you.
stuff.
So much fun.
Love the energy. That was.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Love you guys' energy, man. Lots of fun.
Anthony Pfluke, I guess you have a website?
I do. It's mauianthony.com.
MauiAnthony.com. We'll
all
put a
three of
link
my
below.
albums up on there. You can also find them on iTunes, Spotify, all the works. Anthony Pfluke. And yeah, thanks so much.
We love what you're doing.
That was
Thank
sick. Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah.
Mahalo.
Big fan here and hope to have you again.
Thank you so much. And shout out to Kalei Camarillo for
Yeah.
hooking this up and kind of shooting me your way. And
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Kalei, I think maybe next week.
awesome.
So,
yeah, that's what he's saying.
You want to just stay a week and just come
Yeah,
back?
yeah.
Shoot, I'll come back.
See you next Monday.
For
Stay at
real,
Clay's
man.
house. He has a
Yeah.
I think I have enough
Crash
space.
free couch surfing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the fire, man. Love
Yeah,
it.
Thank you.
there's like no ego
Part of
Oh,
the
thank
French.
you.
in
That was
your
badass.
music.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I try to. That's my goal.
That's
it
what
always
it's about.
creeps up, you
That's
know.
what
It
it's
always
about,
creeps up,
yeah.
but yeah, I try to keep it up.
Praise Zen.
Oh, thank you guys, man. So
All
much
right.
Thank
fun.
you, man.
Wow, holla kako.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
We gotta come see you, man.
Dude.
Yeah, dude.